Once upon a time, I was in a very dark place, and I felt this darkness will not be over. I was too tired until I realized that no one could help me to get out of this darkness but myself. It's over. Light and hope came back to my life.
With Exist, it's a close up primarily on a face that's expressing various emotions to this accompanying VO. And her smile and her eyes really do pull you in, and just the emotion that she expresses in general, which I know is difficult to do. You're making a whole film based off of just the expressions, and you don't have all these other visual devices to use as distractions, outside of just one bit of color with a hint of blue on the lashes, which I thought was just a nice little touch, when they were speaking in regards to sadness. I don't know if that was meant to represent tears or, feeling blue or depression or anything like that. But the actress definitely was a very expression actress as far as her face, which takes skill. You have to be able to play things up without overdoing it in a way and making it look unnatural. And it all felt very natural and very succinct with the VO that was being stated.
Exist was a very deep but powerful short. Uh, I loved the narration in semblance with the symbolism behind the colors, where you could tell they were unhappy, but as color came back, it came back in specific areas, the eyelashes and the lipstick, and I feel like that helped to resemble that yearning to embrace your identity, and I found that very powerful, and I definitely enjoyed myself watching.
Exist is a film that takes a really simple premise and a really simple presentation and does a really good job of elevating it through a lot of really unique cinematography choices. Use of color in small, kind of subtle places to contrast with the black and white, I thought was a really great creative decision. The performance here, the woman being filmed in this movie, I thought it was very emotive. I thought that it was appropriately understated when it had to be, but I think that emotion really came through when it had to. And the sound design here is especially great. It's one thing to have just a good performance presented quite simply with some interesting editing or directing choices, but the way that the ambient sounds and the music kind of play together with the visuals, with the voice, it all matches together very well and makes for a really solid short film.
I absolutely love this piece. This is a wonderful film. I've never seen anything like this done in this way. It was really, really beautiful. We had beautiful imagery, photography, beautiful performance by the on-camera actress. We had a wonderful writing and spoken word being performed, and beautiful music to accompany. So it was just like such a wonderful just moment of impression here, with all these art forms coming together to make this film. Really liked it. And she was so wonderful on screen, and her performance in the reading was just gorgeous. Absolutely really loved it. I loved the photography. It was so beautiful, the black and white, and then subtly adding in color. We went through this whole range of emotion. We went through a whole story loop with her, and we heard about her struggle, and then we came out on the other end of it with her. It was a nice journey. It was very beautiful. I like this a lot. So, wonderful job here. Wonderful job. And I wonder if this could be a series with different people, or the same actress with different poetry. I don't know. I'd like to see more. This is really beautiful. So congratulations on this. I hope it gets out there and gets seen. It's quite wonderful.
Exist was a really interesting piece. I think it's a pretty simple premise of, just this LGBTQ woman living, existing throughout her day-to-day life and just dealing with the challenges and hardships that come along with that, as well as the bright moments and just the simplicity of it all, and just existing and living this normal life. I think you do a great job of telling the story and pacing, but also stylistically the choices of introducing color versus black and white, and when you do that and how and where. I think it builds the story and it adds another layer contextually to it, which is really interesting to watch. I want to commend this actress because she, tells the story with such grace and is incredibly emotive when she needs to be, and she made it look like a piece of cake, which is all you really want when you're working with an actor. But a really interesting story, really compelling, really lovely to watch.
Exist is shot in a very interesting way. The fact that only the eyelashes are in color with blue, that is an amazing symbolism, as if it's the only thing that exists in this space. It's also very interesting that the filmmaker chose to do only close-ups, extreme close-ups, or a close-up of the entire face. Something that's not very often done. It looks like it's an intimate portrait of one person's life, which makes it a very interesting story to tell. The fact that it's also all in black and white except for the eyelashes also makes it unique, because it makes it feel almost like you're looking in depth at specific parts of a painting as someone talks. Whereas you're not having the whole picture of everything around it. It looks like an intimate portrait of one individual person.
These reviews for Exist. This film is quite short, but very visually appealing. They have beautiful close-ups with a monochromatic effect and invaluable script of inner strength and wisdom. I love the naturality and honesty of this piece, and the actress's smile is so infectious. Even though you can't hear it, I could totally imagine how it sounded just by looking at it. It was so honest, beautiful. I just loved it, and I learned a lot in these very brief minutes, and their lighting was perfect. It felt so close, like I know her from before, and it was beautiful. I really enjoyed it.